everybody. It's Valerie Wallace, Fine Arts. I'm here at 1 o'clock on Thursday, May 21st. 19?
Oh no, I lied.
Oh, 21st.
I really thought it was the 19th.
2020. And today we're going to do like a little cartoony thing of a couple of boys, or you can make them girls, or you can make them dogs. I don't care what you do. But we're going to do that where they're playing with the tire swing. Okay? Sound good? Let's do it. Anything else I need to say? So I'm going to do one with color, and I'm going to do one with Sharpie, because that's kind of what people think of when they're doing cartooning. If you feel like you want to use a pencil, use a pencil for a little bit till you get things planned out, and then just go ahead and grab a marker and go. Okay? Because, you know, it'll show up better if it's in a marker or with a ballpoint pen or whatever. Okay, let's do it. The thing we're going to start with is the tire. Okay, it's easier to put the kid on the tire than it is to draw that and then try to fit a tire in there, I think. The tire is, we'll set these kids a little bit over this way. Let's find the middle of the paper. So in that case, that's here. So the middle, we'll go a little bit lower. Maybe right around the middle, okay? And I'm going to have you make just the outside ring of the tire. Okay, so a lot of times what we do is we make a rainbow, and then we make the bottom part of the rainbow, and then you have a nice circle, okay? Rather than trying to make one big loop. And I'll do that down here as well. I find the middle, I'm going to go a little bit below that, just because I want to be able to put some of this tree in here. That's alright. Okay. The little kids, we're going to do this one first. This little guy, his body is basically what?
Circle, a square.
A little square, okay? He does have a little bit of like butt that's sitting on here, but when we make the square, we won't sit it on the tire. His body is half the size of the tire. So that'll give you an idea. If you make a teeny weeny little body, it's going to look like somebody put their baby on there, and that's dangerous. Okay? So better too big than too small. That's half the size of my tire. I'm going to put that up there. So just so I have an idea. What I'm going to do to have him sort of moving a little bit is instead of the lines going straight up and down, I'm going to have two lines that tilt a little bit like this, and I'm going to tilt them a little bit like that. Okay? If you don't want it, if you want to just make a box on top of there, that will be okay too. Alright? Okay? We're going to have a little leg that hangs down. All you have to do is come off the back of this like it's where his butt is. Alright? And you just bring a line that comes down. And then right about in the middle, we'll bring another line. Okay? So he has a little fat leg. Is this a real picture, Daphne, of kids?
No.
It's not. It's just a drawing, and it's a cartoon in that sense that the proportions are a little bit off. These kids have some really big heads, okay? But if you make the head a little bit bigger, it gives you a little more room to do the expression, and that's a lot of times what you're looking for in cartooning, is that you want to be able to know what's going on without having to know, like the language or anything. Okay. The other side is going to come over here, and this is kind of on the other side of the tire, so you don't have to show the whole leg. You can kind of cut it off like this, and then if you want to make his foot going up like that, okay? This little line right here is really the only thing that is kind of in the way that I don't want, but that's, yeah, I kind of have to start somewhere. I don't know where maybe what I'll do is just give him brown pants, and no one will ever know, okay? Or at least something darker than what I've got. The next thing we want to do, what I'll do is I'll make a U shape right here in this corner and connect that to the hand, okay? And then that can be a little sleeve, okay? I'll do this again down here below. So first I'll do the leg, and I'm just going to drag that down a little ways. Your legs are longer than your torso, like even with a kid. His isn't much, it's about the same size, but if you want it a little more realistic looking, you want to make the legs a little longer rather than super short, okay? So here's that. I'll have his toe kind of hanging down. I'm going to bring the other line out around like this, and his foot's going to go up a little bit. Okay? I'm going to put just kind of like a little oval, rectangle, or something like that. And right in the corner here, I'm going to make an upside down U. And I'll just connect. If I get a little narrower here, then it looks a little more like a wrist. Okay? So there we go. So far, so good?
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is the harder one. I mean, then this isn't hard. This is easy. Okay? We're going to do his other arm. Let's do his head and let's do the arm in case the arm goes behind his ear or something, okay? So what I would do is make very close to this box, make a nice wide smile shape like that. We'll give him a little neck, okay? And you know, when you're coloring these things in, you can kind of round them a little at the corners if you need to, okay? I'm going to take this line that's the top of my square, and I'm just going to continue that up a little ways. This arm should be relatively the same size as the one that I have there, right? Depending on whether, I mean, it would be obviously in reality, let's hope that they're the same size. But if I draw an arm that's coming forward, it's going to look different than if I draw a line that's going backwards. That's why the arms can look different sizes, okay? On the top, he has a little, if you want, he has a little finger pointing out. And we'll bring his arm back like that, but you don't have to do that. You can just make a little box or something like that too. We're going to do something fun with this kid's hand, so you might decide you want to try that. Give him a couple of ears. And boys, a lot of times if they have shorter hair, you don't have so much hair on the forehead. So in this case, we can kind of round his head up like this. And what we want is a great big smile. So you want to start right in the middle of that circle, and you're going to make a line that almost goes side to side, and then drop it down. Okay, and then he has that great big cartoony smile. And a lot of times when you're smiling that big, your eyes get kind of smaller, squintier. But he's got his eyes wide open, so we'll do that. So I'll make a couple of arches and go under, and he's going to be looking at his friend over here. Okay, and then he's going to have eyebrows, which I'll probably add on again later, and a nose, okay? We'll add the hair afterwards. Okay, we got this kid here so far. I guess now what we want to do is have the rope go right through this hand. You know, we want him holding on, okay? So in that, I'm going to bring that right up like that. And then to have the tree fit on, we're going to make the branch a branch that runs like this. Okay, and then that tree is going to come right down. Okay. It has a branch over this way. And then the trunk goes up a little bit more. We'll draw the green parts later. Okay? I'll do the face and I'll do the other arm and the face down here. Okay, so what I did was I made a big ring, a smile shape. Connected that to his body with a neck. A couple of ears. I'm going to take this line, I'm going to bring this out. Make a little and then I'll round his head out like this. Right in the middle, I'll make a line that goes like side to side. Just really happy. And here, I'll make his eyes just a little different. He's having so much fun. Okay? Well, the other thing I want to do is make the circle in the inside of the tire here. That way, it doesn't draw through his leg. Okay. Here. So right about, if you're ever ridden on a tire swing, which unless you sit on top, it's incredibly uncomfortable. It's very, very uncomfortable to sit on the inside of a tire swing. Have you ever done it, Daphne?
Yeah.
Because you have two seriously rigid pieces of rubber hitting your thighs in two different places on both of your legs, and your weight, maybe because I was big too, but is like pressing down on it. It's incredibly uncomfortable. It looks so fun, but it's not. But sitting up here isn't so bad, but it's really hard to get going on a tire swing. You have this big weight down below you, and you can't really swing. So a plain old rope swing is better. I had one with a big knot on the end of it, and we could put our feet on the knot, and there were stairs, and what you do is just put it in your crotch, and then you just lean back and swing way out around. It was so much fun.
Sounds fun.
Oh, it was fun. Fun. And I didn't ever fall off.
I broke Becky's tire swing.
You did?
Yep.
Did you fall off?
It fell. I was like sat in it, and then it fell off the tree. And yeah, it's unfortunate.
Did you fall a little bit? Oh,
And it wasn't very high, just a few feet. But it wasn't great.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot how great that rope swing was. And then you could do it on your feet, but you had to hold on really tight with your arms if you're gonna just put the knot between your feet. That's that much more. You could kind of hang out. Oh, it's fun. They had stairs. It's over at my tree house. Okay. Alright, everybody with me? If you're not, you just catch up later. Go on to the next thing. Okay, we're going to do this guy. This time, we're going to start with his head. Okay, and we'll put him over here. Not too close to your tire. I want you to have room for the hands. Okay, he's coming up there to give his brother a big push. So over, down lower here, you're going to make the big smile. Okay? I'm going to give him a couple of ears. Maybe round the top out. And then a little neck. Okay? And what we're going to do next is we're going to do his hands. Okay? Because they're going to be way out front, pushing. Do I have to? Yes. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do one of the hands first. Yeah, this I'm going to do. Okay, well, I don't know. I just did it. I can't remember what I did. Over here, what I'm going to do is make a little box. And right in the middle of his body, I'm going to make another little box. Down low like this. Those are the palms of his hands. Do you see how they're almost like a little box? Okay? The thing is that when you're doing it, your thumbs are in the middle and your other fingers stick up. So off the side of the box right here, you make a little thumb on both sides in the middle. And then on the top, you make 4 fingers. Really, the middle one's going to be a little bit taller. They look a little bit like a house. And that'll look a little bit like hands. They're rounded a little bit. You can round them a little bit. You could have made circles too. Okay? The bottom of this hand is going to go back like this. This one's going to go, let's see. What I'll do is I'll make a line for his shoulders. And this line will go right to his hand. There's his shirt. Okay? This one's out here. Maybe it needs to go a little beyond where the hand is, but anyway, you're going to connect to the bottom. No matter how you look at it, your shoulder is going to connect to your hand. And when your hand is out in front of you, it kind of changes how the length of your arm works. So all you really need to do is connect from here to the hand. So you're aiming for the bottom. Okay, you have another little sleeve like this. Okay, here's the breast of his shirt. It's going to come down like this, little box. Okay, I'll do it again in a minute down below. All right? He has one leg that's kind of coming. Well, I'm going to have a lot of room, so I'm going to have it come a little bit forward. But it comes from the outside of his body like this. And then from, just in here. And he can have a little foot that goes like this. And then the other one goes back a little bit and back a little bit, like this. And this one goes back, and this comes, if this line overlaps this, all the better. And then he has a foot that comes around like that. He's really running out.
He's gonna get hit with a tire swing when it comes back.
Yeah, I mean, if it's anything like my brother, the goal is to knock you off. He really done it. He almost knocked me off.
Yeah, I think my brother might have done that too.
Yeah. I'm going to make him look just a little bit angry. So what I'm going to do with that is he's going to be happy. He's going to have the rounded eyes. But he's going to have a little bit evil eyebrows. They're going to point down a little bit. Okay? Oh, see his nose. And that's going to make him look happy, but just a little bit naughty. Okay. I'm going to do the other guy now. What?
He does look happy, but a little bit naughty.
Yep, that's the smile, but now the smile, instead of is just wide open innocence, it's a little bit dangerous, which is what it looks like when your sibling comes running at you like that when you're on the swing.
Yeah.
What is the video that we have that
when everybody's on the swing set?
Everybody's on the swing set, and you and Calvin are
I
toddlers.
think it's like
and
Veronica and Ruby are like
not only
stepping over me and then like just pushing Calvin really hard.
They're stealing.
And Calvin's just like
they take your swing. He's out to the lump. He's not even a toddler. He's like a baby. And they're running down the slide, and you're like walking, and they're swinging on that little swing set to beat the band, and you're like walking around in front of it like singing songs and.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's a funny video.
Easy times. Yeah, that's a good one. It's right around this time of the year. Because remember the blossoms are out. All right. So I did the bottom part of his face and his hands, and now I'm going to do the hand, and his neck. And if anything, too, you can make these hands bigger because they're in front. So say I make this like circle, and then I make a circle over here, and then I make a thumb, and then I make the 4 fingers up on top. Okay? Whoop. That's 3 fingers. So that time I didn't like that. Nice and big. Okay? Now, he's going to have a shoulder that goes like this. It's going to come over to the hand and line underneath. Is that Veronica?
No. You forgot your charge.
Oh, thank you. That's all I need. Okay, we're going to bring the shoulder out a little bit. It's going to come down, and it's going to come around like this. Okay? Has a little box for shirt. Legs coming forward. Legs going backwards. It's a little wonky. Okay. I'm going to go around the top of his head. Same thing, a little, bring those corners of that smile up. And then a little bit of evil to the eyes. It's a big brother this time. All the more likely the big brother comes and knocks you off. Okay, that looks kind of like mostly it, right? Okay, let's color these people in. The first thing I want to do is the skin, okay? That way it won't blend in with all the other stuff. And the thing about it is you have to remember all the parts. So don't forget the ears and the neck. Try not to color the teeth in, then they'll have nice big white smiles. Okay, like this. But you should color them in. There's one thing about that box of pastels that I have is it does have a few shades of brown and like a light colored skin color too. Should I make them barefoot?
Maybe.
is in the 70s here today. Oh, it was a long time coming.
Mm.
Whew. There was a lot of, I was looking at some little girls over across the street, and it looks like they bought them a plastic slide, and I was thinking about how the plastic slide is good for maybe, you know, like for a little toddler, even a little toddler, it's good for a day as a slide, and then immediately you must start walking down it, running down it, and going up the wrong way.
Yeah.
Calvin always went the wrong way at gymnastics class. I bet it was Isabel was there too. She was not having that. It was like, she probably slid right down into his head. Serve him right. Yep. She was in your little gymnastics class when we were little. There's that. Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna do some hair. With a little bit bigger, looks like a, is this black or not? If they're going in the wind, if they have super short hair, it's not going to flow much. But if they have like a little bit longer hair, I can make it go like this, and then it looks like he's running with a little more hair going over to one side like that. Make sure I get those. I'll have to do that with a smaller one. There's that. I'm going to take a smaller black one. Don't forget to make your eyebrows dark. The eyebrows, especially in a cartoon, are really, he's got wide open face, just doesn't know what's going to happen. Look, and it's a bird in the sky. It's so fun out here. I'm so high. Yeah, I'm going to knock you off. Hey, you. Oh, I can't even imagine the amount of fighting that would be happening in this house with you kids here all day, every day. Although it is kind of like what the summers were like. Well, actually, I guess I can imagine. I definitely can imagine.
Yeah.
You guys just didn't do a lot when you were little. You would just be here, making a mess and picking on each other, and then if you got busy playing, you just like turn the whole house upside down.
Well,
which was great in so many ways, and then that one part that was like, ugh, you make less mess if you watch TV. Oh, maybe if I drag the shirt out a little bit to the side too. Just get a color over that brown line. If I want to disguise that brown line, you know what I do is put a little extra brown, like kind of like a shadow under here. And then it won't look so much like that. Remember, I was going to make him have brown pants, so I can cover that line up. I could do it with some black pants, probably dark blue too. All right. And that's good. Maybe I'll make this one the sister instead. With some little pigtails.
is that you?
Yeah,
a
this is
child?
me and my brother. Who come on his way to like ruin my life.
Wow. So Michelle watching?
Oh, I bet she'd understand. Well, she doesn't have a brother though. It was just that constant, danger. Like I always say, like, there'd be some hitting, and once I'd hit as hard as I could hit, I ran. I had to be on the way.
That's what you told me.
He'd catch me. A big brother, oh my god. Whoa.
You said you can hit Calvin, but you better run as fast as you can and lock your door.
I don't be advocating that, and then I can't have this as on my for children list.
Well, That's what
Don't hit your siblings, because you know you can really hurt someone, but they do make you very mad. You have to have another solution. What can you do when you're really mad and you want to bite your brother and you can't? What can you do instead?
I never found out.
Cry. I know what you do.
Scream, Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm having so much fun. Here he comes. My brother had a lot of hair on the top of his head, though, and bangs. He's a lot bigger too. It's yeah. There's a lot of life lessons when you have siblings, for sure. Yeah, yeah. I mean, as much as, you know, I didn't like it that he could catch me and hurt me, you know, he got in trouble because he was bigger, and so it was always, you know, worse whatever he did, right?
For you, I don't know. I mean, everything. I mean, yeah.
You and Calvin the exact same size.
Not for the latter years.
I want to do my tire here. If you want, you put a little piece like this. No, he's quite a bit bigger than you, but.
Yeah. There's a year in there where I was bigger than him.
Let's see if that's what that is. You could have a little extra thickness out here. So I can draw down here. Actually, that's not quite right, but. Alright, there's that. I want to think about my tree. This I didn't leave much room, but as big sections. And also, you know, the tree, a lot of times we do a cartoony tree, and you just do like a trunk and then just a ball. Number one, the skinnier the trunk, the better, because it makes it look a little bit more natural proportions. But a lot of times there's a few basic branches that go out and they have their own kind of ball of green. Okay, so it's kind of good to think of it like that. You know, like here, there's a piece here, and then there's maybe a piece here, and then another one, and then one out on here. It comes kind of like that. We always thought that Daphne was really happy about having her little brother. And then we looked at videos like years later and realized that she wasn't. She has a little scrunchy, like she's smelling something bad.
It probably was. You probably did smell.
All of the time.
He probably smelled bad.
Maybe not any more than you.
Listen,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only one unimpressed with Calvin sometimes. Just gonna put that out there. I seem to remember quite a few fights between everyone and Calvin.
Let's not pick on Calvin anymore.
Well, you're picking on me. Last time you picked on Ruby.
Oh, I love this green. This is from our new batch of colors. I'm going to do that. And what I'm going to do around underneath the trees, I'm going to make a little bit darker shade of simple little thing to do. I want some brown on my tree. What?
I got some blue in my yellow.
Oh dear. There's that. I need a nice black tire. So tomorrow, I'm gonna do, I believe, it's a painting someone made. I don't know who made it, but it's, I believe, in Tuscany. So this is a beautiful Italian landscape looking thing. It's just kind of in stripes of color. You'll find that you can do a landscape just by basically striping your page, and it will look like one. If you do this sizes, kind of vary the sizes. And oh, I forgot to do that. I'm also offering, or I'm going to be setting up a for you to be able to schedule your own Zoom class if you'd like with me, starting in June. I suppose I could do it before if something comes up. Maybe you want. And I will also have me something.
You're gonna be changing the times of your classes?
The classes, I'm thinking more like 9:30, maybe not every day, and some evening classes rather than smack in the middle of the day. Also, if you, I might also offer a painting class as a Zoom class. If anyone is interested in that. If you have any feelings on any of these things or thoughts, just give me, send me a message and be like, you know what, don't do it at 9:30. That's when we all watch, some special program that all the kids are watching these days. And then I'll know not to do it then, because I don't care. And, what else?
How could I send you some cash?
If you would like to send a donation to me and my family, it is, there's a link right below the video that will take you right to my webpage where you can do that if you want. And I'm also on Venmo at Valerie Wallace-9. And, I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's it. I had something else I was thinking of, but I'm gonna give my brother some striped pants. Don't fight with your siblings. You know who it's the worst for? It's the worst for your parents, because if you don't want your parents to pick a favorite, don't get in fights all the time, because you might cause them to.
Interesting choice.
Take that, okay? If you're always picking on somebody, it's hard for you to be the favorite. Be nice. Be nice to each other. If you can't be nice, go away. Go to your own room, go hide under the bed, go hide in the closet. Because that's okay, but because we all have moods, but you can't punch people and hurt people and expect your parents to want to roll with that all day. We have things going on.
Okay. I'm not, there's nobody else here.
Okay. All right, thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And
are you zooming in?
Yeah, okay. I'll show you it up close so you can pause it there if you need to look some more. And we're kind of past that point, I'm guessing, but there we go. Michelle is watching. Maybe she's going to tell my brother. Or she was here.
She's watching.
Hey, Amy. I think it's Aaron and Dylan. Is that right? You have to tell me who your boys' names are again. All right. Hey, Marianne. Have some fun. Draw a picture. See you guys.